All right, guys, Adrian here. In this brew shoot, we're going to address a little bit of you guys out there giving Rich a hard time about his response on the podium. Now, Rich Froning is a guy that I consider a friend. He's a solid guy. I've spent time with him down in Tennessee when I've worked some level ones down there. I've trained with him down there. He's come up to Utah and done some fundraising stuff with us up here. So we've spent a solid amount of time together, both in training and in competition. One thing he's definitely not is a powder, right? So people that have the assumption that you need to get onto the podium and show this smile when the results weren't in your favor, like I personally think that you're completely wrong, right? You can think something else, but I'll tell you right now that anyone that sets out with true purpose in any endeavor, whether it's that you're starting a business, whether it's that you're running an affiliate, whether it's that you're an athlete competing in a triathlon, like if you have the expectation to succeed and you're pursuing that specific endeavor to be a winner and the results don't turn out in your favor, and you just so happen to be in the spotlight enough that there's thousands and thousands of people that are going to witness your response, you're probably not going to be smiling either. And the big picture and the big takeaway here is that Rich and the CrossFit Mayhem Freedom team have had the expectation to get out there and pursue a three-peat, right? They were the champions. They did a back-to-back title, and this year, why would their goal be any different? And I say that not to take a shot at those people that were smiling on the podium, right? CrossFit Fort Vancouver was up there, and they were happy. They were happy to be on the podium, and I think that's a great accomplishment for many people. But that's not a great accomplishment for someone who has stood on top of the podium for 6 consecutive years, right? Like think about some of the things that Rich has accomplished over the years. 4 individual titles, that means he's the fittest single human being in the entire world, right? He set his lifestyle up to pursue those things. And then, by chance, with a solid, well-rounded team and good leadership, they won the title in the immediate year after in 2015. I don't even think anyone expected them, including potentially Rich himself. But they became the champs. And then the next year, they came back with a more solid, well-rounded team, and they won it again. So now, again, we're fast-forwarding to this year particularly. They're doing their thing. They're training hard. They expect to win. It doesn't turn out in their favor. Like, what do you think you would do, right? Would you get up there and say, well, I should be a good sport. I'm just going to smile. Or I'm going to fake it, right? I actually respect the athlete and the person that Rich exhibited by not being willing to fake it, right? Like, to be personally honest with each and every one of you guys that are going to watch this video, why would Rich Froning care anything about what you think? That might be a stab at your personal opinion of him, or maybe a stab at your personal pride, but just you think about that for a minute. You weren't putting in hours with him in the gym. You weren't putting in hours with his team in the gym. You didn't see the sacrifices that they made, sacrifices that they went through. And I'm not even speaking for Rich, right? I'm speaking personally if that were me in that situation. And someone were saying the same things about me, like, oh, you know, Adrian, he's straight-faced. He didn't even show or support that other team. All those things, first of all, aren't even true, right? Like, in the back, Rich congratulated all of us. We talked personally after the fact that it was all over. His team was great. They congratulated us on our hard work and our performance through the weekend. Like, we were very cordial, and they supported the fact that the results that, didn't turn out how they wanted to, and it was obvious, but they were great sports. Just for the simple fact that they didn't show the rest of the world that they were happy doesn't make it any different. So make this more of a personal question to yourself. What does it really look like to lose the right way? Because I don't think that it's being fake and wearing fake emotions so that other people think you're okay with it. And I certainly don't think that it's okay, or that it's the symbolism to be okay with losing. Like, oh, we tried our best, but it just didn't turn out how we wanted. That's just not how champions think. Immediately after that workout, and I believe I said this in the post, when Mayhem knew the results, I guarantee you all 6 of them, just as if I would have been, were considering what they needed to do moving forward to never let this happen again, right? If by chance we get 6 people and it's the same 6 that pursued the title this year, they're already thinking about in their mind where they need to close the gap, where they need to make improvements, where they faltered and allowed their performance to be an undershot of what they were maybe potentially capable of, right? And again, I'm saying that not speaking for them, I'm speaking for myself. I can say personally that there were 2 to 3 events that took place out there on the floor that immediately, before I even left the floor, I was looking at our 6 members of our team, I was looking internally at myself, and I was thinking, what can we do to win this event next year? Or what could we have done to make it different to win each and every event this year? We had one 26th place finish. It was the male event, the squat snatch, the muscle up. We got like 6 or 7 no reps. I transitioned the bar a rep too soon on one of the sets. I had to walk backwards and fix it. There were numerous things that happened with the rings where I jumped up one time and they went all over the place. Had to wait 5 to 10 seconds just for them to settle before I could do a set of muscle ups. My point is, internally, when you're in that position and you're pursuing championships to be the fittest in the world, there's a lot going through your mind. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's not one of them that's like, hey, let me put on a fake smile so the rest of the world thinks that I'm losing in the right way. So don't be so selfish, right? Don't expect a true winner, a true champion, or someone with a high level of competitive background and competitive nature to appease you or their sponsors or the people that run the CrossFit Games and to just put on a fake smile for the moment. Respect the fact that they're being brutally honest with you and how they feel, and we're in raw emotion. And then you know that that's just hunger and fuel inside that internal athlete that's going to progress them forward into the year to come. I'll tell you right now, Mayhem's going to come out to put on a show next year. And I hope that if the Wasatch Brutes are present, we can do the same thing.